All right, so this is a suggestion via a channel member. Let's jump into it.
So now let's go to reaction that's pouring in from world leaders this morning who are waking up to a new reality with what happened overnight. We have our CB Cotton, who has been following reaction from all over the world. CB, there's been plenty of reaction here in the United States. Democrats, Republicans split on whether or not this was an illegal or legal move. But around the world, there's also harsh reaction as well. What can you tell us, CB?
Hey, Brian, that's right. Well, this morning, the UN Secretary General released a statement saying he is deeply concerned that international law may not have been respected. As you mentioned, global leaders are watching as all of this unfolds to see what comes next for Venezuela and U.S. foreign policy. In Europe, the European Council president released a statement, Antonio Costa, and he said he was following the developments with, quote, great concern, urging de-escalation and respect of international law. Some Latin American countries are also making similar calls. Mexico's President Claudia Sheinbaum reposted the official statement of her country's Ministry of Foreign Affairs, which condemned the strikes as a violation of the United Nations and called for dialogue, not force. U.S. adversaries are also weighing in. Russia's Ministry of Foreign Affairs writing in part on X, quote, the pretext used to justify these actions are untenable. Russia reaffirms its solidarity with the Venezuelan people. Iran and its supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, which also has a long history of conflict with the U.S. Well, he has rattled off a series of posts this morning about the strike, including one which says in part, quote, what's important is when one realizes an enemy wants to force something on one's government or nation with false claims. They must stand firmly against the enemy. But there are also voices of support. Argentina's president, a strong ally of President Trump, wrote, quote, freedom advances.
Argentina, guaranteed.
Live freedom. And in the UK, reform leader and staunch Trump ally, Nigel Farage, he questioned the legality of the attack, but said it may lead to a favorable outcome. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer had more.
I think that was the most intelligent one of their responses, guys. I mean, listen, I think in fact that you by default have to question, that aspect of things, right? I mean, you do here, right? But I think his response is probably the best here because definitely it's moderately tricky. It's somewhat issue based, let's just say this year. But this may turn out to be like a really, really good thing for the Western Hemisphere. Factual.
Favorable outcome. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer had more a reserved take, saying he wanted to make it clear that the UK was not involved in these strikes, and he believes everyone should uphold international law. He also added that he wants to speak to President Trump and other UK allies. Brian, we're going to monitor it. Back to you.
No doubt. U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations, Michael Waltz, just putting on X, this is not regime change. This is justice. Maduro was indicted illegitimate dictator that led a declared narco-terrorism organization responsible for killing American citizens. All eyes will be on New York City this upcoming week, as well as Caracas, Venezuela. CB Cotton, thank you from the United Nations.
Hey, everyone.
Okay. Guys, there were some really good, I would say, reactions directly to it. In terms of like the EU president, I kind of expected them to specifically respond the way that they responded generally. It has really nothing to do with them large scale, so I expected their response here. Who else do we have here now? Sheinbaum, yeah. I mean, of course, she's the first one that has to say something, bro. Right? She has to say something because she knows, in fact, that based off of the overall, let's say, leakers, right? The government leakers from Mexico, the one who went on Fox News basically and had a full blown discussion about Claudia Sheinbaum, right? Kind of about how she got put into power kind of in the first place. And it was very cartel oriented, let's just say this year. Right. So I can imagine that she is worried for the most part, but Trump would not be able to basically utilize the same exact methodology, at least, that he utilized with Maduro. Right. So you can talk all you want, but just understand this here. Like, I mean, you're kind of on like a thin line here. Okay. The smartest thing in this context, even though she did point out Article 2, because again, Article 2, I kind of made a reference to it in the video that we posted on YouTube, slightly earlier, kind of regarding it being me basically parked outside your house on public property, let's call that international waters, right? And I'm just harassing you from the outside on public property, right? And I'm waiting for you to do something, right? So Article 2 is moderately tricky to be used here, but I understand the play. He had to do that to basically force the hand. So, of course, if he parks the troops in international water and then Maduro starts threatening the troops, he by default is going to utilize Article 2 to do whatever he wanted to do. So, again, it makes sense how he did it, but again, um, American law is American law, right? Unless you want to take ownership of the entirety of the planet, where the entire planet specifically is um, to be governed under exclusively American law and not their own law that they set up within their sovereign countries. So it's intriguing, guys. In terms of this entire situation, I'm all over the place because I'm just like, guys, do you want to watch movies with me? I never actually thought to like promote it over here, guys. But if you guys do want to watch it, guys, we have hundreds of movies, and I mean hundreds of movies that we've reacted to. You guys can come watch them with me if you want to, along with many TV shows. Currently, we're working on the show Dexter, along with Vikings, and we have a lot of series that are already completed. But if you guys do want to watch it with me, the link is in the description. Everything's available at the second tier. But of course, if that's not your thing, guys, don't worry. Right? Listen, like and subscribe.